What's up, everybody? It's Joe from JLab Games coming at you with another cool video. Today we're going to be checking out this new Planet Coaster 2 video that they posted on their socials. And the first thing that points out to me in this video is we are now in beta footage and we're out of alpha. So this is basically like a little bit of a speed build slash tutorial, or I'm not entirely sure what they're labeling it as, but they kind of create a little mini park here with some pools and coaster and some foliage scenery here and there. And so yeah, the first thing that pops out again is the in-game beta footage. So we're that much closer to the final release. We're now out of alpha. We're now in beta. And I also want to point out the ground texture looks really cool. I know we don't have 3D grass yet, but honestly, it still is looking pretty solid. So going into here, you can see a little bit of the UI, and we can see all the bit of Planet Coaster themed blueprints they have. They go down and place down quite a few of these blueprints. This is a 3-minute and 40-second long video, by the way. But they kind of place down all the necessities, I think, like food, drinks, and a few other things here. You can see they have little backstage areas now in these blueprints, which is actually kind of cool. Got a hot dog squad, Viva la Vegan, one of the new shops, and they place down some of these cool, interesting blueprints for scenery and stuff. It is incredible how fast you can actually build some really cool looking stuff, especially with like the scenery brush and everything, and with the way paths work now. I feel like everything's very quick, and you can get everything done very fast. And how you can just plop this down onto the path, don't have to worry about the path. You can just literally do that, and then they matched the pathway using that brush, the path brush tool, which is pretty cool. So it's really easy to match the aesthetic of blueprints too. So if you want to change like those things as well, and you can see that they're using the little pinpoints where they can move the paths over a little bit, which is also pretty awesome. And then the scenery brush, boom, you have a huge forest and a lot of foliage around, which is just crazy to think that you can place those down. And then they kind of get a little more precise when they're close to the pathway there by placing down these bushes, which I absolutely love those bushes, by the way. It's kind of like a new version of the bush that I use a lot in Planet Coaster 1. And then you got like these ferns, which are really nice looking. I love the foliage in this game. And then they place down a blueprint coaster called Tidal Roll, it looks like. This is like the El Loco model. Not too bad of model. And then we have the Sky Screamer type ride, the really tall swings, and then they place down a lot more foliage, and see just being able to resize those and using the scaling tool is actually really amazing. But really awesome that we get to like they can include paths and blueprints now as well. And then that's one of the new flat rides as well. And we have a Planet Coaster themed teacups ride. So this is more of like a Planet Coaster themed, using the Planet Coaster theme more than anything. And you can see they do use the Wild Blue, which is also in Planet Coaster 1, and it's themed to Planet Coaster as well. The Planet Coaster theme as well, so that's pretty cool. I just love all the theming elements that are placed on these, and you can really make these look really insanely good. And then there's a Demolish Brush too, which is something that I didn't know we actually had, which is also going to be handy as well, like just clearing out trees like that. Instead of individually clicking them and deleting them, you can actually just use a brush to delete them as well, which is awesome. And then being able to place like stuff into the water as well, and then they just fill it up with more foliage, and boom, you have like a little small park, which looks pretty awesome. And yeah, the footage is sped up. So, but I feel like we create so many things, good looking things, very quickly as well. So, got the teacups, the Wild Blue, and everything looks really awesome in this build. So, I love that we're getting little bits of content like this. Imagine that we went from this all the way to this. Just seeing that before and after, like pretty quickly as well. And again, I know the footage is sped up, but you can see different things like the scenery brush. So nothing like super revealing in this. I think the Demolish Brush was kind of like the biggest surprise for me in this. and just seeing how easy it is to place down a lot of blueprints if you're more of a casual player and just want to place down a lot of blueprint pieces. You can create some really good looking stuff actually. And you can see that they have the, I think that was a changing room, and then that was a dryer, one of the dryers, which is pretty cool. I love that they have the body dryers in there too. I wonder if guests will use those after water rides. Probably not, probably just after pools, but I would love to see them use it for water rides as well. That'd actually be pretty awesome. So another few things we got today. Obviously, I already talked about the Cosmic Rewind kind of inspired coaster that was revealed a few days ago. I guess some people that were lucky enough that were around Thorpe Park, I guess they held a little event at Thorpe Park where people could play Planet Coaster 2 for a few hours, which was awesome. So I think mostly like Digital Dan already has a video out about his experience, and he actually saw that we have a B&M Hypercoaster with the staggered seating and everything. I'll hopefully put an image up on the video where you can see that. So it also has like the scoops, so you can actually do like the splashdown. That's what the V&N splashdown coaster was actually the B&M staggered seating. So I don't know if anyone had that on their bingo card, but that's another coaster type off the checklist that everyone wanted. So we're gonna keep that in mind. And so that's I think a couple of the biggest reveals so far. But also looking at this beta footage, you can tell like just the advancements in like graphics and how everything looks fantastic. The lighting in this game is looking better and better with each build of the game, which is something I love to see. You can see like they have the guest spawners with the buses here. I know I'm gonna have fun with those and just creating like parking lots and stuff. Hopefully we have some car pieces in the game so I can animate some cars using like tracked rides and stuff, and you can attach scenery pieces. I've done a video on that as well, where you can really animate anything with some of the things that we're going to have. So hopefully we have a few car pieces where we can actually animate cars, so I can make our parking lot actually look like it's functional, which is amazing. But I love the biome. Biomes looks pretty cool in this one as well. I'm not sure what kind of biome it is. It says Isle of Thrills is the name of the park, so. But yeah, big takeaway is the game's looking better and better with each and every build, particularly in the beta now. So I think all the footage that we're gonna get here, but you can see like this, look at this, the customized brush. You can basically take that and just brush it over any of the paths rather than just clicking each individual one like we had to in Planet Coaster 1. I think that's a huge game changer. I think that one's a big thing as well. So you can see that they place down this little pool, not even a blueprint, and then they kind of customize the path a little bit. You can see they use this little edit tool where you can actually take the points of the paths and pull them out and pull them wherever you want to kind of match where you want them to go. Like, you can literally move that over. Like, that edge looks like you can select multiple points, like a whole line, and then pull it over. So to me, that's really huge too. So if like, say if I want to like pull this out more, I can. Like, that would be very simple to do. The pathing tools are absolutely insane. And a lot more than we wanted to, I think, which is crazy. Like, look at this little closet that they made. This is pretty awesome with these pools. We've seen this blueprint a lot. It's a really nice little slide blueprint. And I think most people, what we want mainly fixed is like the slide physics. A lot of people aren't really happy with how the slide physics are, which I can understand why, because they're not really physics based. They're more just like a track based, like it goes along the path, and you know, there's not really any real physics to them, unfortunately. But you know, hopefully they look into that, even if it's not fixed by launch. Maybe they'll look into that as well, because there's not really a physics-based system for those yet, and hopefully at some point there will be. So, but I'm curious of how long this park was built in real time, because in this little time lapse it's like 340, but like, yes, this footage is sped up. I'm not sure by how much. That is a good question, like if I was to slow it down, let's say we slow it down half speed. Maybe it's sped up by 500%. It's still a little bit fast, so definitely more than 500%. Let's maybe go 25. Would this be more appropriate? Let's go back to the beginning and see if that makes sense. So it's probably sped up by 4 times, maybe? 400% maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to figure out maybe potentially how long this took them to build. I'm guessing like maybe between 30 minutes and an hour of footage probably. This looks about right actually. How fast this is going right here. Pretty close. And this is like 0.25 speed. So if you put that into account, and then of course there's cuts as well, right? Like gotta account for that, but I'm gonna say they probably put this together. I feel like I could put something like this together in 30 minutes or less if it was me, personally. You know, it's not too crazy, but it looks great. They used all blueprints and then just connected the paths, basically, so... And then the scenery brush saves them so much more time, and it adds so much. But yeah, that's kind of like we got quite a few reveals today. We got this video showcasing some of the beta footage. And then, of course, we have the staggered seating B&M Hypercoaster, or VNN, as it is in-game, with the splashdown. I'm curious of how the splashdown works, if you just place it into water, or if it has like its own little special piece where you can add a splashdown section. That's going to be my guess, potentially, but we'll have to wait and I guess see once we have the ability to get our hands on it. So we're less than 3 weeks away. I wish I could play it right now, but we're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. But that's about it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Are you excited? Even more excited after these reveals? Obviously, there's still a few more coaster types we still need to check off the box, but they keep checking off more and more as we go along. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Goodbye.